Hello, viewers. As you can see, Matthew and me are currently filming up in a tree. It's kind of hard to see, but we're actually... Oh. Yeah, there you go. In the middle of a cornfield. There's a cornfield back there. Yep. It's a little dark. We might show you in the morning or something. Take a video. But we are up late. It is 11:41 at night.
It is.
It's better than that one in the morning from last time.
Because we were tired.
Very tired. Exhausted. I'm feeling pretty good so far.
Feeling really good.
So we're gonna start us out with this special event. Some of my friends have heard of it. It's called Youth Week.
Youth Week.
We go to youth group every week, and they have a week. Boy, that was.
And we were there today.
That was a sentence. So we were there today. Every day of the week, Monday through Friday, there's different challenges and stuff. So, Matthew, I want you to start this one off with this real quick.
So, day one, it was big games. And, you know those little balls that you get in, whatever, and you run into each other? Well, we didn't do that.
Inflatable clear.
We had about a 6-foot ball. Huge.
It was massive.
Massive. And you would run into it. And it was soccer. It was
yeah,
off-brand Rocket League.
It was soccer.
It was Rocket League from Wish.
I wish we could fly.
So there's this skinny kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's
on your team.
He's on my team.
We're on different teams during this whole thing.
I don't know why they did that, but we are. We have this 130-pound kid. He's 15, whatever. He runs at the ball. Some girl runs at the ball.
Our girl. She was
his team.
Stacked, man. She could deck a kid.
When they ran into the ball, this kid goes flying up. He twirls a couple times and lands straight on his back.
Here's what I saw. I see this girl just start charging at it like she plays soccer for a living. And she throws her full weight at this kid. Boom! I see him go soaring.
Flying.
He goes flying. He flips in the air a couple times. Then he lands and starts rolling, and everyone on his team just goes, "Ooh, that was gruesome."
And he still scored somehow.
Yeah, he still managed to win, which we thought, yeah, is pretty great. A little underdog story.
He's really good.
That's not. Oh, there's a beetle on the L. Hop off. Right. Oh. Get replaced with it. It doesn't matter.
Day 2 was water day. It wasn't that exciting.
You forgot about the brutal beatdown, if you will.
The brutal beatdown.
So we're not actually sure if this was legal or not. Yeah, not on our part, on the people who organized it.
It wasn't our fault. If it's illegal,
not on us. Don't blame us. We're just telling the story here. So basically, you have crowns on your head, right? And they had I don't know if they bought them from Wish or something. The hardest pool noodles you have ever seen. It was like hitting someone with a plastic box.
Yeah. It was hard.
And so kids just start running. And I'm out pretty quick, you know. I wasn't in the first round. So the first round, I look over, and I don't know if you saw this too.
I wasn't.
There was 8 people surrounding this one kid, beating this kid. He's already on the ground. His crown is falling off already.
And they're
beating him with the noodles.
And I'm pretty sure that was our team, because the round after when I played,
they brutally beat down me. I got a black eye from it.
It
was pretty great.
Chased each other, no matter, it didn't matter. One person attacked one of our teammates.
Everyone.
All 6 of them came back up, surrounded them, folded the poo noodle, and took it in front of their head and yanked back.
And I don't know, but the next day, man, I had neck problems like you've never seen. So basically, people are violently beating each other.
Also,
I got a black eye.
This was high school and middle school. There's little kids running around beating
and we're beating.
But the high schoolers,
it was terrible. People show no mercy.
The high schoolers were going after the middle schoolers for no reason.
I mean, there was a reason. It's because they
were smaller.
As easy targets.
Bang!
Boom! 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 Beat him to the ground. It was crazy,
so there's
man.
This guy that wears a cape.
Yeah. I remember that.
He ran past me. I hit him in the face on accident, right dead square in the face. He dropped to the ground. He didn't get up until the end. He wasn't knocked out. He was just sitting there. He didn't want to get back up. I don't know why. But I hit him in the face pretty hard.
It was, and I'm not even gonna, this is completely serious. I am not sure if that event was legal. I'm not sure if that should be allowed. It was literally assault. The game was to assault people. Was the whole game. And there were so many people.
You signed the thing to get into the group.
Mm-hmm.
So it was legal.
When you started beating people down, right? When these people started beating the other people,
It didn't matter if you didn't have a crown or not.
They would still
over.
do it, and it was so like there were so many people they expected that no one would see it happening. So these kids were just still beating on these poor innocent
Mind
people.
you, there's 7 people on a team. There's 4 teams. That's 28, right? Yeah, that's 28
It's a big
people.
group of people.
That's a lot, and it's also probably as big as this deck. It's not huge.
It was a small space.
It was small, so you were basically touching each other, beating the crap out of them. With
Yeah,
a noodle.
I remember. I accidentally made the mistake of charging on Matthew, and like 8 kids swarmed me. They start beating like this. They pull their poodles, grab me by the neck, and pull up. It was insane, man. And then one of the kids hit me in the eye. I got a black eye and all swelled up. That was pretty fun. So basically,
Day 2. Nothing
unimportant.
happened.
My
Nothing
neck hurt
exciting.
so bad I couldn't go.
He didn't go. I was there. It was
The
just
only
water
thing worth
day.
noticing is that the water slide they had, people would overshoot it.
And
so they
slam
just
to the ground.
They'd slam it, and it was hilarious
So
to watch. I watched the replay.
That's
it
probably
was
about
great.
right here. They would run, jump, but they would make it over. They would clear it. But the slide, you would also clear the slide. If you cleared this, you would hit the ground below the slide because it's a really steep slide.
Not fun.
So people hit the ground. I went backwards, like I jumped, spun, went backwards.
So the next day
Day 3
is
today.
the mega relay.
So really, what we did to start was,
We had to sit on these balloons with different things in them.
oh
It's
yeah,
like ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, and I got mayonnaise. Man, I changed my clothes from
it
that.
stunk.
You had to change. They'd hose you down at the end because it was just so disgusting.
And then the second game, before the mega relay, we had
Marshmallows.
marshmallow fight.
So
There
they
was
dipped the marshmallows in chocolate stuff, and you'd run out and you just chuck these. Some people had handfuls of them, and you just chuck them at each other.
At one point, we just got the bottle of, because we were red team, we were strawberry syrup. We just dumped it all over ourselves, and this was the cleanest. So we picked 3 people, and we dumped it all over ourselves.
It was.
And we went
I
and
remember
hugged
it was
them,
another
and it went
Matthew.
all
It
over
was
him.
Jackson. I personally did not suffer from that attack. I got 2 marshmallows to the back. That was it.
I think I got hit twice, one in the neck and one in the arm, so it didn't even count. I was clean. I only had my own syrup. Like, after we did our little
But they
thing,
were ruined. They were ruined pretty much.
we picked up the syrup with our hands because we ran out of marshmallows. We picked it up with our hands and just started running after people, throwing at them, rubbing our hands down their back.
It was.
And my team won.
It was awful. It really was.
And
They
then-
still won, even though they like covered 3 people in just tons of
Doused
chocolate.
them.
Yeah, it was insane.
The mega
Yeah,
relay.
our team still lost. So the mega relay.
It's really
It's like an
probably
obstacle
the
course.
biggest event, whatever,
Of Youth Week.
So you start with the amoeba circle. You hold hands, run. There's an inner
So
circle.
girls
outer
are on the
circle.
inside, boys are on the outside. You run down to the table, then they switch, boys on the inside, girls on the outside, and
And
they
you
run
run
back.
And then we had an event that someone signed up for, getting caked in the face. It was flour, sugar, and egg that you threw
And
on
they
their face.
chuck all that at you.
And then next was the soda pour, or whatever you wanted to do. There's 4 that time. We ran up, opened the soda. You didn't have to drink it, you just had to put it on yourself. So I ripped the can open, put it over my head, dropped it, ran. And then after that, what was that?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti was right after soda? I don't know.
I
but
think it was. I'm just gonna jump to spaghetti.
We'll
That's
go
what
to
I
spaghetti.
did. There's still spaghetti sauce in my hair, guys. I haven't showered yet. This was earlier today.
He signed up for the spaghetti plate.
I thought that they were gonna dump noodles on your head. Nope. No. You dump the noodles on your head, and then you get a
pot of
nice
noodles
solid can of
and a
ragu. You
nice-
pop that sucker open. My hair, my whole shoulders, and my shirt utterly.
And then we had the...
We're still finding chunks of tomato in my hair.
Then we had the human pyramid.
Where you'd run and you slide and you try and slide into the triangle shape.
We had
That was pretty
a
fun.
bobbing for marshmallows. It was a whipped cream plate with a marshmallow. You just had to take it out. What else did we have? We had the 4-way
Zigzag.
push-ups, also the zigzag. But the 4-way push-up,
The
your
4-way
feet
push-up.
would go on each other's back, and you would just go square or whatever. I did that. I signed up for the soda and the 4-way push-up. And then the last thing, the zigzag spam line.
Oh my gosh.
So you line up, you run up to the table, and the person in the back zigzags between everybody, and they sit in the front. They grab the spam, they go over the head, and the next person goes under.
Over,
So it's
under.
over, under, and when we got to the end.
Now, at the end is my good buddy Evan. Evan, if you're watching this, man, what you did was hilarious. I loved every bit of it. So Evan takes the spam.
He wasn't supposed to.
He wasn't supposed to. You're supposed to just chuck it.
Chuck it.
So basically, you have to go.
Yeah.
And Evan, the brave man he is, climbs under everyone's legs with the slippery spam
in his hands.
It slips out. It hits people's legs. People are going, what are you doing? Why is your hand so slimy? And he keeps missing it. He's fumbling. It's getting covered in grass. And
Mind
just
you,
cut
the
up.
spam is 2 years old,
Yeah,
expired.
this spam is super expired.
It smells, it stinks.
Evan's carrying it like a trooper. I'm behind him. The whole line starts slowly going like this.
Yeah, because
we get to
after
the
you get
end.
to the
Evan
end-
comes up, and I go, Evan, what are you doing, man?
He still has the spam in his hand, and he's
And
just
I go,
holding it.
someone says, Evan, what are you doing? And I go, he's rationing. It's been 8 days. Morale is low. Our food supplies have sadly run out. Luckily, I brought the spam. This 2-year-old grass-covered block of spam.
It stunk.
It was terrible. I hated every second of that. And he, of course, then everyone goes, Evan, you don't need to be holding that. Chuck.
Oh, also, so I took my glasses off because the soda or whatever, I didn't want it to get sticky. So I put them down. When I went back out there, because I forgot them outside, I went to go change and I forgot them outside. There was the adult leaders. For the people who were taking too long to go inside to go change, the kids were getting pelted by spam. And when you're sitting in the hose line to wait, everything that was left over, the sauce, the spaghetti, whatever, they threw it on you.
Matthew has a special announcement for all of you. Here it is. Here that is now.
For what? Oh,
You just looked at it. What do you mean?
I forgot because you said that was the last thing. Motivational Monday with Matt. I was brought this idea by some random people that I've never seen before. We said we were doing a podcast, and you should do a Motivational Monday with Matt. I was like, okay, if you guys think it's okay.
Just for clarification, Matt will not be there. That's me, because we live in
only one
separate
Matt.
places. So just doing this on a
On
weekly basis
every
is hard.
Monday after the month November.
He'll be doing his own motivational.
Monday.
Maybe.
Maybe that's if you guys want.
If you guys want it, he'll do it.
I think I got some random stuff in here that we'll search through.
I died of too much apple juice, as you could see there.
We have okay, so I found this random thing.
Can I see your phone real quick?
Yeah.
Just for a second.
I think Ryan wrote that, by the way.
It's 11:58. So when do we start recording?
11:40 something.
Okay, so we've been like 10 minutes or something.
Got it.
I just want to make sure
What
that we're
it
not
says
out
here,
of time.
my brother.
Ryan.
Maybe not.
The one and only
It
Ryan.
might be him.
Maybe not.
It says, work hard, hustle, persevere, and be mentally tough. There is only one thing you can control, and that's how hard you play. Let me look for some random.
Truly inspiring stuff.
I have some passwords on here.
So next week we'll be getting back to the regular set area.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me, I'm going to check the camera life real quick, make sure we haven't been rambling for no reason.
I have a,
We've been going for 19 minutes, so we got to do it.
I have a, something, never mind. Never mind. We have Jacob gassed the bed. Now the bed bugs are dead.
True poetry. You think we could ramble on for a couple minutes before the episode ends?
Yeah, I just
Your
gotta
notes
find
aren't
some random
nearly as
stuff.
interesting as mine. Just saying. You got
Can you think of any?
So this one time, I'm just sitting in the car, and the song comes on. Oh, sorry. It was the national anthem.
In the car?
Yeah.
I've never heard it on the radio before.
I don't know if it was on the radio or what it was, or if I was just zoning out real bad, or if I was in the car. And no, it wasn't even a song. I was just thinking about the War of 1812. Okay, so restarting the story because that was very wrong.
Yeah.
I was so far off. So we're on the road trip with Evan and his family.
I wasn't there.
I see a Maryland license plate, and I go, "That's pretty far away from home. We're in like Yellowstone or something." Grand Teton.
Yeah.
So that's pretty far out for a Marylander. And all of a sudden, my brain just whoosh into just the weirdest dream sequence I think I've ever had, except for that one where I was adopted into the mafia. I did write that down, by the way. So basically,
Have those for later.
we'll save that one for later. Tucking in the back pocket too. So basically, the teacher says that the War of 1812 was an indecisive victory, to which a student stands on their desk wearing a completely red, white, and blue wardrobe and just starts
Sounds
singing.
like something Jack would do.
It does sound like Jack, if you're watching. Sounds like a you thing. So they just start singing.
You don't know who I am.
Or the ramparts we watched was like, it was like, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air rang true through the night, that our flag is still there. And then every single person in the classroom is suddenly wearing red, white, and blue and stands up and just yells, "Oh!" and then just starts singing the song. And then like two football things pop up and the ball flies through one of them. An eagle screeches and flies across the view. Everyone's just singing and fireworks are going off. All the while the teacher's just
How much
standing
did you
there
sleep that night?
really well.
Oh, okay. I don't believe it.
So the guy's just standing there with like a mug, and he's just going, as this all happens. And then they the song finishes, they sit back down, somehow it manages to, they stand up like a little bit more before sitting down, so all the stuff is gone, and they're back in their regular wardrobe.
Thank God.
And then the teacher's just nothing, no reaction, just keeps going like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of weird dreams, it's really weird. So I sleepwalk a lot.
He does.
Not normal.
Like crazy. Like something you would do.
So,
it would be hard if you were awake to do them.
So like last night, my mom tells me this story. She tells me a lot of them. So last night,
he woke up. Well, woke up.
Tomato. There's tomato. I found some.
He.
So I come in. Here's my mom's point of view. Hang on. Sorry. So I have like a bunk bed.
So he has to jump off.
Here's what my mom hears. Mom! Yes, Matthew. There's squirrels! There's a squirrel in my room. Matthew, there's no squirrel in my room. Granny said so. Granny said there's a squirrel in my room. There's a squirrel in my room. Matthew, go back to bed. Okay.
And then he calmly walks out.
And then you just hear of me getting back into bed while I'm sleeping.
And a couple of other times he one time took everything off his walls.
Yeah, I took everything.
And stacked
Posters,
it in
pictures.
a perfect pile.
I wake up, right, and I go, bump. What's over here? It's every poster and picture in my room stacked up neatly in a pile.
Right, perfectly in a pile.
Right next to me. Mom, why did you move all my posters onto my bed? I didn't. Then who did? It was me. It was me in my sleep. I did that.
Another time, room was pitch black. I was there on the ground, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he wakes up screaming.
I'm blind.
Mom, Dad, I'm blind.
I can't see anything.
I can't see anything. And he's gonna come in. What? I'm blind.
And
like, no,
you
you're
reach
not.
over, flip on the lamp. Is this better? Yeah.
And he goes back to bed, and I was like, it was bound to happen. It's like, okay, go back to bed.
It was so great.
Another time, furniture was floating.
Oh yeah, the furniture is floating. The room is on, the trash can's on fire again.
Again.
And then there's this one time, and I vividly remember this. I got up, got out of bed. This is before I had the bunk bed. I walk downstairs and I pour myself a glass of milk and I wake up and I'm drinking milk. and I go, and I go. So I just finish it, go back to bed. It happens when I don't get a lot of sleep.
One time, I woke up and I was on a bunk bed as well. But I walked down the stairs, walked into my kitchen, which way far away. That I think my room's the furthest from the kitchen.
25 minutes.
I'm
out of 37.
I'm sitting there. I walk to the kitchen, whatever. I take off my shirt, put it in the freezer. Don't know why. I put it in the freezer, walk back to bed.
Was it like rock hard?
When I woke up,
You had to like
no,
beat it against the table.
no, it was because it wasn't wet. It was just really cold.
It was just cold.
Another time, I went to the kitchen, opened the drawer, took out a pot, and act like I was peeing, whatever, with a cup of water or whatever I was told.
You don't actually remember doing these things, which is the weird part.
And I don't know. I walked back, whatever. They say I sleepwalk to the bathroom, do a bunch of things in the bathroom that I don't know. I guess it just randomly happens. It's kind of weird.
I think people just do it when they're overtired or something. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this podcast. We're running it a bit long this time because our phones are both almost out of storage.
We
get
just
to
gotta
the
put it
point
on
where
a
we
thumb drive or whatever.
we're gonna find something and we're gonna be able to just chat with you guys without having to worry about storage.
And
or
eventually
any of that
we'll go live 50 subs.
Yeah, if we get 50 subscribers, we'll start going live.
And we'll do live, and then we can have live calls or whatever. If that
we can interact with the comment. Whoa,
that's a huge
that's
butterfly.
a huge butterfly. I bet that's on camera too.
It is. Saw that.
Pretty cool. So, like I said, cups are empty,
Cups are empty.
and we'll see you in the next video.